It's capered.
CAHPERD?
No, there's no F. Get the F out of capered. It's capered.
Everyone says CAHPERD or CAHPERD.
Everyone is wrong. It's capered.
Brent, I think we're recording.
Oh. Welcome back to CAHPERD Chats. I'm Brent, Executive Director of CAHPERD.
And I'm Christina, CAHPERD Administrative Assistant. We're so glad you're here as we continue this podcast series where we connect with leaders, educators, and professionals in health, physical education, recreation, and dance.
This podcast goes beyond curriculum and conferences. We want you to get to know the people behind CAHPERD, their stories, their passions, and what drives them in the field. And disclaimer, while we will be interviewing professionals, Christina and I are not professionals at interviewing.
So let's try it again. Welcome to CAHPERD Chats. Marci, thank you so much for being here. It's such a treat to have you on the podcast. This is a big year ahead for you, and I think our listeners would love to hear, how does it feel stepping into the role of CAHPERD President for 2026?
Well, I'm so excited to work with the leadership of CAHPERD. I have always looked up to the past presidents and thought, wow, look at all that stuff that they're doing. And I still sometimes feel pretty shocked that this is where I'm at and think, how did this happen? How did I get here?
Well, it is exciting always to be around you and to have you in this leadership role. And now, before we dive into conference talk, let our listeners get to know you just a little bit better. So can you share a little bit about your background, like where you teach or where you're a leader at and what brought you into this field?
Well, I am teaching at California State University, Chico, go Wildcats, and I am in the field of adapted physical education. I teach mostly in the area of APE, but as a lecturer, I get a lot of extra random classes as well. Like I'm teaching pickleball right now, so it's kind of fun. When I started school, I totally was afraid of science. And so I started in accounting because I really loved playing with numbers. And it wasn't until I finished in my managerial accounting class that I realized that maybe that field wasn't meant for me. And so I decided to go with my passion. And so I turned over to be a kinesiology major, and I haven't looked back since. I'm so glad that I did. When I came to Chico State as a transfer student, I really learned that I was with my people, and I learned about adapted physical education because I had no idea what was a field. And so once I found it, that is totally where I needed to be and who I've been. So I've taught for 33 years. I've taught in the K-12 school system and here at Chico State. And I must have started when I was 5 because I'm that young.
Well, you did touch a little bit on it, and that's really interesting. I didn't know you changed majors. So, was there a moment or experience that made you realize, yes, this is the path for me?
You know, I think once you are in your area and you feel the comfort, you may not even notice that you found it. I don't know if there was a moment. I do remember the moment that I learned about adapted physical education, and I thought I had no idea this was a job. It's perfect. As my mother was a special education teacher and my father was a physical education teacher, so it seemed to be the perfect meld for everything that I wanted. And so that is totally where I was. But I must say that when I was an undergrad, I was asked to present at a CAHPERD conference. And at that moment, I realized that there was another way for me to be connected with other professionals that enjoyed doing what I do after I left school. So I'm glad I found that.
Okay, so let's shift gears just a little bit. Outside of work, what do you love to do for fun? Do you have any hobbies or passions?
I just want to be outside all the time, anything outside. So I do love running. I love walking, do a lot of paddle boarding up here, hiking anytime I can do it. So you will see me spending lots of time outside. I bike back and forth to work as well. So anything, just let me be outside. But when I have to be inside and I need to use my creative outlet, I do some quilting as well. So picked up that hobby from my mother-in-law and Luckily, people know where to get rid of their good fabric so that I can use my spare time dealing with that.
Um, Marci, is there something people might be surprised to learn about you?
I do think there's something. My husband and I went to kindergarten together. We have known each other since we were in
Oh,
kindergarten. We started dating at 15.
oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's really sweet.
So we started kindergarten together about when I started teaching.
Yes,
Just kidding.
right? At the age.
Look how slow I was in my brain. Like I
I
was not even there. And I
know.
was like, wait, what? Math? I know
She
I'm from
started teaching at
Alabama,
5,
but
remember?
okay, Marcy, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Well, I love jelly beans, and if they could meet every single nutrition aspect of my life, that would be my go-to. My husband and I even have a geocache out in the world that is called My Wife Loves Jelly Beans because
Oh,
I love jelly beans.
what's your favorite flavor?
It doesn't matter. I will do them all, except those crazy Burt's whatever ones that
Oh,
taste
Oh
gross. Yeah,
yeah.
no,
yes.
those aren't part of it.
You even like the licorice ones?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
Oh
love
really?
the
yeah.
popcorn one, and my family thinks they're disgusting.
They
So
are,
they give them
but
all to
I'll do
me. All right. So, what was your very first job? And is there something about that job that still sticks with you today?
it. Well, I did the typical junior high babysitting, dog sitting, all that stuff. So, but I'm not going to count that. My very first good paying job, regular, was Wiener Schnitzel,
Ooh.
my fast food restaurant that does hot dogs, and they even did hamburgers. But what I remember about that time is the fun in the kitchen we'd have. I just remember laughing a lot and, helping each other out. And, you could holler at each other because something's not going fast enough, but yet we could all laugh about it. So I just remember that time together working. It has good, fond memories.
Mm.
Oh, that's good. All right. So we just talked about work. Now let's talk about something just a slightly a little different. If you had a whole day just to yourself with no responsibilities, how would you spend it?
Ooh.
I will tell you that almost every time I have one of these, I get in the car and I drive the hour and a half up to Lassen National Park up out of Chico and I go for a hike. There's so many hikes there and it lets me get out. If it's in the winter, there's still some spaces that I can hike around, but there is a hike there that's called Broke Off and it's my absolute favorite. It just makes me feel like I'm a million miles away. I love it.
We'd like to take a moment to thank one of our diamond sponsors, Acing Autism.
Acing Autism is a national nonprofit dedicated to connecting children with autism to tennis, helping them grow, learn, and thrive both on and off the court.
Their programs create opportunities for physical activity, social connection, and confidence building, while making the sport accessible to families and communities everywhere.
We're very appreciative of their incredible mission and their generous support of Capered. Thank you, Acing Autism.
Now let's shift gears to the big event coming up, our 2026 CAHPERD Conference. The theme is Mission Possible. Marci, can you tell us what this theme means to you and what you hope attendees will take away?
Well, thanks. Coming up with a theme for a conference is a lot of pressure, but I had some help and I love what we landed on. Mission Possible to me is together we can, and that most things are possible when we take different perspectives. I hope people can come to the conference, have fun, network, and take the useful information to their daily work lives.
That's an exciting conference theme and completely true that if you want to head over and come to our conference, go right now and register. You can go to caper.org, click on the conference tab, and start your registration process now for our 2026 conference in Oakland, California.
So, this conference is really about creating a lasting influence for our members and attendees. What are some things you're most looking forward to this year?
Well, we've chosen some really fun keynote speakers and featured speakers that will remind to keep us fun and play in our lives. Let's keep that joy. So as we try to stay motivated in our jobs with students, faculty, staff, we all need help and stay energized. So, even through challenges, change, and the daily grind, my hope is that everyone will leave this conference with renewed energy and a sense of connection, fresh ideas, return to their own mission with confidence, creativity, and joy.
And Marci, for someone who's never been to a Caper conference before, why should they come? Like, what makes this gathering different or special?
The networking. I mean, the speakers and everything are fantastic and they bring us together and start the conversations about stuff. But being around others that are looking to connect and be the best at what they can be at their jobs, that is what I think is what brings me back and has always brought me back to Capered. When I've had to miss the conference for a time, that's what I've missed, is that connection and networking with others.
All right, Marci, it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show that we call This or That.
Okay.
We'll throw 10 quick choices at you, and you have to pick one. So no overthinking, okay?
10. Okay, I got to really
Yes.
listen. Okay.
All right, first one, NorCal or SoCal?
NorCal.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Ooh, dance or yoga?
Dance.
Audiobook or tangible book?
Audiobook.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, man.
I know.
I can't. They'd both hate me if I chose one or the other.
You can pick both.
Okay, good.
Group fitness or solo workout?
Ooh. It totally depends. Today, solo.
Okay. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
A text or a phone call?
Phone call.
And karaoke or board games?
Board game.
Brett and I
Wow.
had a bet on which he would pick. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding.
I'm curious who won.
I think we thought karaoke.
I love my family and we play a lot of board games. And we even have a standing board game date with some family in Utah. And so we do it all the time.
Yeah.
And we did swim meets as my son was young, and we did games, cards go everywhere with me. I always have dice in my purse with me so that when we're waiting at a restaurant, we're ready to play.
Perfect. All right. Well, before we wrap up, what's one piece of advice or encouragement you'd like to share with Capered members as we head into 2026?
My advice is find people that keep you energized and keep you energized about what you do.
Yeah. That's it. Every time we do interviews and we talk to people, it's the simple answers, and this is very true for me, that energized and people that keep you connected and excited about what you do is really just it. And so it is very powerful to kind of just hear those things that sometimes we forget, in all the work that we do. So thank you so much, Marci, for joining us today.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. It was fun
Thank
talking.
you. All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Listeners, our next episode is going to be a special one.
We'll be joined by a leader who has inspired thousands through the power of dance and carries forward a legacy honored with a Capered Award named after her father.
Her passion, leadership, and dedication keep movement alive in education. You won't want to miss this conversation.
So hit subscribe and join us next time when we talk with an educator whose passion for dance has shaped Capered's story from one generation to the next.
Thanks again for listening, and until next time, keep inspiring, keep connecting, and keep California active and healthy.